Hey guys, it's Tracy back with another edition of the Food Pantry. After just going through a lot of things, what we're going to do is just shorten it up a little bit and kind of more of like a drive through. So, what we're going to talk about today is Ruth and Boaz, which a lot of women are always talking about. Oh, I'm going to find my Boaz, and that's usually the catchphrase in the church of I want to have a Boaz. Guys, send me my Boaz. But what really bothers me is that you have a lot of women, at least, and this is from my perspective, we have a lot of women who are looking for a Boaz who are not a Ruth. So that is a problem, okay? You can't expect to get a Boaz and you're not a Ruth. Meaning you're looking at the prize and not looking at exactly what it took or what it takes to get the prize, okay? So just quickly, I wanted just to touch on a couple of key points about the Ruth and Boaz. And if you have not read this story, I encourage you to read that. And that's going to be the entire book of Ruth. It's a 4-chapter read. If you have questions or input, I would definitely suggest that you comment below. I would love to hear from you, okay? So many people quickly who don't know, Ruth was a Moabite and she lost her husband and she stuck with her mother-in-law. This is a very quick synopsis of what's happened. Again, I would encourage you to read the entire book of Ruth as well. But I wanted to just give people who are quote unquote looking for their Boaz and have not actually studied Ruth, rather than studying Boaz, who was a very wealthy man and very generous to Ruth. I think it's important for us to look at Ruth and see why it is that you would even want a Boaz, okay? So the importance about Ruth that is so important right now for the young ladies is that the first thing that I noticed about Ruth is that Ruth was minding her own business. Ruth was taking care of gleaning the fields, taking care of her mother-in-law, and then Boaz noticed Ruth. Ruth wasn't calling him, leaving him messages on his Facebook and Instagram, sending him pictures in her bra, booty shots. Ruth wasn't doing any of those things. She was tending to her own business when she was noticed by Boaz, okay? So I think it's important to just state that with this new age, a lot of women are being aggressive, they're feminists, and everything has its own place, but just keep in mind, if you want a Boaz, you need to study Ruth, okay? Um, and the thing that Boaz told her, Boaz showed her favor, and Boaz said that I've heard about your reputation, and this is me paraphrasing, but I've heard about your reputation and how you've treated your mother. Okay, so that just goes to show you that your character and your reputation will always precede you. Okay, so Boaz was moved by that and showed favor to Ruth. So it's important to know that how you treat people, how you carry yourself, all of those things are a, attractive or unattractive to a man. And that's also going to bear weight as to what type of man you're going to draw attention from, okay? So keep in mind of how you're carrying yourself, ladies. It also points out the Bible states that Ruth did not follow any man, whether he was rich or poor. And it also stated that she was a virtuous woman, okay? So just to keep everything brief and just to drop a little nugget hopefully for you to encourage you, one, to just to do a self-reflection of what you are. Ruth was a virtuous woman. So if you want a Boaz, I suggest that you study Ruth and see exactly how she was conducting herself and build on that. Okay? And also determine if you want a Boaz. So don't get caught into the hype of always praying, oh Lord, I want my Boaz, Lord, I want my Boaz. You may want a Boaz, but pray that God makes you into a Ruth first, okay? Become a virtuous woman. And if you're not familiar with what a virtuous woman, I suggest you read Proverbs 31. that will tell you what a virtuous woman is, and that starts in, I believe, verse 10. Okay, so we will talk about that later, as far as what a virtuous woman is, and also other tidbits. So I hopefully that your little brief message was good, but please, 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 ladies, quit praying for a Boaz when you are not a Ruth. Okay, so prepare yourself and put yourself in a position so that when Boaz does notice you and that he does see you, you are prepared. Okay, and you're ready to transition into being his wife, into being his Ruth. Otherwise, you have a recipe for disaster. Okay, peace and love, and I hope that you liked what you got today. So tune back in for more Food Pantry. Bye, guys.